Assalamu alaikum, dear friends, how are you? All of the body parts we have got from Allah are very important actually. The most important of all these that is called our brain. Our brain, our mind, called it a brain, a mind, it is very, very important. It is more important than any other part of the body, than any other organ of the body. Our mind control us. So if at all our mind is working well, it means that we are able to perform better. But if at all unfortunately the mind is not working well, rather our mind keep wandering here and there, and it becomes very difficult to manage it, to control it, then it means that we are not able to perform our task in a good way. Then it means that we will be lagging far behind and other people will be able to get ahead of us, and we will be called maybe as an unintelligent person, and maybe we will be known as a poor performer, which we don't have to be one. As everybody want to perform better, everybody want to perform better as compared to other people. So that is the topic of our today's discussion: how to get the best out of our mind, how to get the best out of our brain. So that is, that demand focus, that demands concentration, that the wandering of our mind should be minimized, although it cannot be totally eradicated, but at least it can be brought down to the lowest level. Let's look upon how can we make our mind work in the best, in an optimal manner. There are certain techniques. After plenty of research, some 10 techniques have been found, and each one of these 10 techniques are highly important. Let's look upon all that one by one. First of all, it is the mindfulness and it is the meditation. The mindfulness and the meditation, regular practice helps calm the mind and increase awareness. Yes, helps calm the mind and increase awareness. That is very important. Mindfulness and meditation. Meditation and mindfulness. Meditation, most of the people know. Mindfulness, it is a state of mind achieved by consciously focusing our awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting our feeling and our bodily sensations without judgment. So it is so important. In a very short or simple manner, the mindfulness means that not to dwell in the past, learn whatever we can, then let it go, not to worry about the future, plan whatever you can, then let it go as well. Now we need to focus upon our today, our today and our present moment at the same time. We need to focus on the present. So that is called the mindfulness. And we need to meditate because the meditation has a lot of, plenty of psychological, mental benefits. So that is the first thing, the first technique. Now the second technique is set clear goals and prioritize. Focus on what's important and avoid multitasking. Setting clear goals and priorities. Goal setting. It is like deciding about the direction, in which direction to move. If at all the direction is the right one, so that means that we are moving in the right direction. And if at all we don't have a goal, it means that we are a directionless person. We need to set goal. Our goal should be very clear one. Our goal should be the realistic and the achievable one. Clarity on the one hand and doability on the other hand. Because if at all the goals are not clear, because if at all the goals are not realistic and practical enough, it actually means that we will keep wasting our time, and we may not be able to accomplish in 5 years what we were supposed to accomplish in 1 year time. So that is, the goals must be realistic and clearly defined as well. Set clear goals and priorities. Once we have set the goal, so every goal is not equally important. We need to prioritize it. What is the most important? What is the second most important? What is the third most important? And of course, what is the fourth most important? Now that is the second technique. The third is break task into smaller chunks. Manageable tasks help maintain concentration. If the tasks are manageable, it will help us a lot it will help us a lot in developing, maintaining the concentration and the focus. We need to cut it technically because it is like the cutting of an animal. Look upon the way butcher cuts the limbs and the body parts of an animal. Similar parts are cut, made it one part. So like one goat or one goat is cut into the six pieces first, the major pieces. So in the same manner, we need to cut our goal. We need to divide our goal. We need to break it into smaller tasks which are more manageable. Now the fourth is use the Pomodoro technique. What is this Pomodoro technique? Work in 25 minutes work in 25-minute increment followed by a 5-minute break. That is very important. Work in 25 minutes increments followed by a 5-minute break. So that is because we can't stay focused for more than 25 minutes on a single task. So 25 minutes are enough, not more than that, because if at all we have to work more, then take a break of 5 minutes and preferably leave your seat, go slightly away from your seat and take a break of 5 minutes. So that is Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of focused work followed by 5 minutes of break, and if at all we have done it for 3 times, then the fourth time we do the 25 minutes of focused work, it is better to take the break of 15 minutes. So that is how actually our mind works. Now the fifth technique is eliminate distraction. Identify and remove or limit the distraction, because if at all you are being interrupted again and again by the people, by the phone calls, by the notification, I think we need to silence the notification at least during the time when we want to do a focused work, and take yourself slightly away from the people, or bar the certain people, bar the people. Don't allow the access to you during some of the time when you want to work with the concentration, with the focus. But look upon the situation, in your own situation, what is more suitable, because because a person outsider cannot dictate. You yourself better understand how to minimize the distraction, how to minimize the interruption. Now the sixth technique is practice deep breathing. Regular deep breathing exercises improve focus and calmness. Yes, deep breathing, but the regular deep breathing exercises improves our focus and improves our calmness, the calmness of the mind. Because if at all the mind is not calm, because if at all we are not focused, obviously lot of time wastage, and there will be a very poor performance, and there will be very little productivity. Now the seventh item is, the seventh tip is, that is physical exercises. Regular physical activity improves cognitive function and focus. Yes, regular physical exercises improves our cognitive function and improves the focus at the same time. And the regular exercises of any time which does suit you, walking, jogging, running, yoga, aerobics, you know and the gym, weightlifting, sports, or athletics, whatever, swimming, whatever suits you, do it. That is that is regular physical exercises. Now the eighth tip is get enough sleep. Getting enough sleep. Adequate sleep is essential for cognitive function and focus. Yes, 7 to 8 hours of sleeping every night, and it is far better. It is more important, more beneficial if at all we go to bed at the same time on a daily basis, and we wake up at the same time on a daily basis. So that is getting enough sleep. The ninth important tip is Stay hydrated and energized. Drink plenty of water and eat nutritious food to maintain energy level. Yes, maintaining the energy level, that is very important. We need to drink one glass of water every hour, not with a bigger interval, but one hour interval is enough. We need to drink a glass of water every waking hour. If at all we stay awake, let's say for 16 hours, so 16 glasses of water I recommend, that are very important. As for the food is concerned, not to eat the junk food at all, not to eat the junk food at all, rather eat what is good, what is nutritious, what is beneficial for you. Don't look for the trendy food, don't look for the so called tasty food, rather we need to look upon what is more beneficial for our health. Now the 10th and the last tip is train your brain. Training of the brain. Training of the brain. How? Engage in activities that challenge your mind, such as puzzles, such as learning a new skill, such as learning a new language, learning a new language, learning a new skill, and the puzzles and the challenges. It is very useful. It is very beneficial indeed. Now remember that developing focus takes time and practice. Developing focus takes time and practice. Be patient, be consistent in your effort. Be patient, be consistent in your effort. Now there are certain other things which are additional, which are not as important, which are not basic, but these are additional. Number A, progressive muscle relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation. B, visualization techniques. C, journaling. D, prioritize tasks based on importance and based on deadlines. E, using music or ambient sounds to enhance focus. F, taking breaks to recharge. Now experiment with the different techniques to find what works best for you. Remember, developing focus takes time. Developing focus takes practice. Be patient. Be consistent in your effort. So these are the 10 very important tips, the time tested tips, which will help us a lot in functioning our mind in the best possible manner, in improving our cognitive function. And there are 6 additional tips as well, which are of relatively lesser important but still very relevant. So I think our today's topic is highly beneficial, because if at all the mind is working in a good way, it actually means that we too are working in a better way. We are the human, we don't have to do the physical work, because although the physical work too need a lot of participation and the control by the mind, so it is the mind actually which derives us, which controls us. And if at all the mind is working well, it actually means that we will be able to perform much better. So that's all from me today. Thank you very much.